Right, today's weathering video is going to be this Bachmann 7-plank coal wagon with coke rails. As some of you know, I have got a layout called Up Ottery, which is based in Devon, and I have been collecting a number of private owner wagons based in the Devon area. And I recently managed to get hold of one of these, except it was a job lot of 4 identical wagons, and I don't need 4 of them, so I'm selling a couple of them on, and the link is down in the description. One of them is in pristine condition, but I thought I'd weather this one and give it a little bit more of a workaday look, and so selling it as a weathered wagon. So, first of all, having a look at the wagon, as you can see, there's quite a bit of interior detail. There's a nice bit of underframe detail as well. And obviously we've got those coke rails as well, making it look quite big and tall. So I think what we'll do is we'll start off by giving it a little of a black wash. I'm using some Vallejo model wash for dark vehicles, because it is obviously a grey vehicle. So again, just streaking down the outsides, just giving it a light wash, tone down that plastic effect. Now some of you may wonder, well, what is a wash? And all it really is it's paint that's been diluted down. So if you want to create your own wash, don't want to go to the trouble of buying a special tub of wash, then what you can do is just get some ordinary black acrylic and just dilute it down with some water. It's really just to sort of take off that sort of pristine plasticky look that the wagon has, because obviously the wagon wasn't made of plastic. It wasn't shiny when it was in use. Tootling about Devon. This is obviously an extra gas company wagon, so it would have been used in and around the gas works, transporting coal and also coke. Coke being kind of what was left over after they burnt the coal, and could then be used elsewhere. This side, a bit of a touch more of that. Just getting things messy down below, because even if they sort of hosed down the sides or wiped down the sides, they certainly wouldn't have done the same to the underframe, so that would have got very dirty, and we'll be adding some darker tones to that. That's probably enough there, but again, keep either get into the crooks and crevices like that, but then also make sure that you're going up and down, because you'd have had rain streaks on everything. You want it to catch on the raised detail to make it look like the rain has been streaking down and all the dirt is caught on the tops. Like that. So that's our first stage. And we probably also need to give a bit of going over on the inside. Okay, we've got all of that detail in there that we want to make sure that we make it look really good. It's just giving it a right covering. Like that. Alright, next I'm going to use some weathering powder, and I'm going to use some smoke from Humbrol, because it's a sort of a nice smoky, dark, coal, grey sort of mixture. Pour a bit out there, and then use quite a wide brush. Again, it's kind of dragging it down, making sure it gets into all the nooks and crannies. Bear in mind, as a coke wagon, this would have had a lot of dusty coal in it. Coke, for those people maybe too young to remember, is quite sort of small, broken up particles. Not like the sort of big lumps of coal that you see getting chucked into a steam engine. I think that's probably more than enough. And then obviously a bit on the inside. Again, it's kind of just giving that dusty, smoky, grey look. And of course, if you think you've gone a bit too far, okay, it's just a question of brushing it off. See, these wagons, when we buy these wagons, we're kind of buying them as they were, straight out of the wagon works for their official photograph. And often that's the only pictures we've got of some of these wagons, is of them looking like that. But of course, it wouldn't have taken a lot for them to have then been very dirty, especially the coal wagons. I mean, some of the other types of wagons which used, actually I obviously missed the ends when I was dusting. Some of the other types of wagons which you use for general merchandise, timber, or what have you, wouldn't have got quite this dirty. But coal and coke wagons would have got very quickly. Very, very dirty. Again, very streaky look. What I'll do is I'm going to use a bit of dark earth on the underframe. Give it that sort of dirty look there. Will attract dirt and dust. Bear in mind, this would have spent a lot of its time not running along the line at top speed to get washed and cleaned and viewed by the public, but would have been lying in yards, being shunted and knocked about. So the lower half of these wagons would have got very dirty. Would have had mud thrown up on it, all sorts of muck. That would have left its mark. There we go. What I'm just going to do, I'm just going to put a little bit of grease on the axle boxes. And for this, I'm using the AK Interactive grease shafts and bearings colour, which gives us sort of a little shiny, oily, greasy finish. And you just need a very tiny, let's try that. Oh, there we go, nice, really thin little brush. And we don't need too much, just on those areas there, just on the moving parts which would have been oiled. Just to show it's oily and greasy. Buffers too, to sort of grease them up. Okay, just taking off that sort of plasticky look. This wagon doesn't have sprung buffers. And then I'm just going to do a little tad of light rust, just again a little bit, sort of indicate. Bit of staining. Straps. I don't get it all. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a little bit of coal, using some Hatton's coal, just into the bottom, to some of the corners, just to make it look like, there's been some coal that's just not been emptied. Right, and there we have it. A nice weathered workaday wagon. Signs of coal or coke inside. And looking well used for a layout. Well, if you'd like to buy this wagon, check out the link down below. And there's a link also to the other wagons that I've got for sale if you want to have a look at those as well. If you want to see one of my other weathering videos, check out the one on screen now. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when the next video is available. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.